Yes now, right, so it is currently 9:38 in the evening. I've been at a shoot all day, so I haven't actually had the chance to get any of my work done. So I've got a couple of edits that I need to do, and today, in this video, you guys are along the ride with me. So this is gonna be a very different video. This is kind of like that come study with me, come edit with me kind of vibe. It's gonna be a long, fairly uncut video where you guys can just vibe with me, get some work done. And yeah, I mean, well, right now we're looking at Game of Thrones. I was watching that. I've been late to the party, but Game of Thrones is sick. But yeah, let's not waste any more time. Let's get into it. But to be fair, I'm not gonna be doing too much talking because I'm just gonna be cracking on. But yeah, you're gonna have some nice music over this. I'm a big fan of lo-fi, so I'm gonna be adding some lo-fi tunes to this, complimentary of Epidemic Sound. If you guys haven't got a membership with Epidemic Sound yet, and you're a YouTuber or a content creator, you need to get on it. So if you wanna try a 30-day trial, the link's in my description. Right, so let's open up Prem. That's the first thing we're gonna do. So I shoot all of my videos on Sony cameras and I edit on Premiere Pro. It's just been the most useful, like, stress creating platform that I've ever used, but it is definitely a platform that just gives you so much control, and that's what I really like about Premiere Pro. So first things first, I want to work on, what's this? Oh, I can offline this too. Yeah, so first things first, I want to work on some reels from my most recent video. I just released a photo video, and one of the things I learned whilst I was at Yanamize was to make the most out of the content. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. So I've got a reel sequence here. So that's just 1080 by 1920. And I have this video, which I just released. You know, not too complex, only a couple of layers, and then color layer, and then all of the photos are up here. So I just want to take moments, so just bits where I think, oh yeah, that was funny. Oh yeah, that was funny. I'll just add that. So I think I've already done one. So there was one here. Oh, hang on, what's going on here? I need to change this to external. There we go. There we go. So yeah, so I had this part in the video where I was talking to a bird, and then I had some guy who was also taking photos of birds. So I think I've already made a reel with that one. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, cool. But the question is, have I actually where is it, first trip? Have I actually exported it? Promo? Because it's, well, it's not really promo, it's just a reel. So I might change that. So I like to stay organized as much as I can. So funny enough, all of this stuff, I'm actually going to put into a new folder and put this as video 2. So this was during my trip on my birthday in November. And bear in mind, that's November of 2022. And I've only just started getting to this footage now because I've been so busy working on Yanamize stuff, working on client stuff, that it didn't make sense for me to do my stuff at the time because I just didn't have the time. Like, I wanted to go to the gym, wanted to play basketball, wanted to do so much, so I never really had the time. But at least now I'm getting to it. So let's get back to this. I just found another section. I think for reels, sometimes they don't need to be the most powerful section. Just a section that, you know, is somewhat entertaining, tells a bit of the story of what you were doing. And yeah, so this particular one, it's just me talking about a moment where I saw some nice symmetry, and I thought, you know what, let me take the photo. But then I chat about, if you come to Venice, you need some good walking shoes, because you do. Trust me, that Italy trip was a long day for my feet. And all I did was 10 toes everywhere. I didn't take no trains, well, obviously from Florence to Venice, I took a train. But when I was there, no trams, no trains, no cars, no buses, nothing like that. 10 toes in the wrong shoes. I was wearing Jordans, long day. No, that's not good. Some of my buttons have changed on my mouse. It's very not good. But it's W, yeah. So why are you being a puss? Why are you not working? It's definitely not. Yeah, let me change it. Let me change this. Customize. Okay, right. Instrument system. Okay, left. Instrument system. This is probably one of the best things that I've ever bought, because it's the most useful. It's got so many buttons. It's been well used, as you can see. It's got a thumb wheel, like for editing. MX Master 3 is just sick. All right, so with this, I'm just gonna shorten this clip, and because it's a reel, I'm gonna not do that. I'm just gonna bring this over so it fits. Maybe shrink it down a little bit so you can still get that paper border, and then bring it down so it's the composition is roughly in the middle. And then I'll copy. And then just copy the same principles. So the effect is still here. So comes in, effect is still here, bounces in. And then, you know what? The effect is at the front of the clip. So I'm gonna move the clip to here. It's roughly half of the clip, maybe just a bit over. And that clip, I'm gonna bring it so it ends. So we go boom, and then another clip. I mean, to be fair, they're the same photo. I forgot that. So I forgot in the main video, I actually put 2 of the same photo in some of them. If I didn't get another really good shot. So, like I said, this video is very, very uncut. So the ums and the ahs and they're all in here. Sometimes I make myself laugh, man. Well, you know what? If you don't make yourself laugh, you'll cry. I heard that from some old guy one time. It's always stuck with me. And don't watch the hair. Don't watch the hairline. Like, I'm growing my hair out. This is in this butt ugly stage. It's long. And if you're wondering why I'm looking down here, I've got imaging edge on my phone. It's just a Sony app that allows me to see what you guys see, but on my phone. It does wear down the battery though, so I do need to keep that in mind. But to be fair, it's just because on the A7 III, I have a 30-minute time limit, and if I didn't have this open, I wouldn't be able to see it when the camera runs out. So I could be plopping away, and you know, I would never know about it. So it makes sense to have it once it's here. But I also need to keep an eye on the battery because it's on 23%. But anyway, speaking of phones, put this on charge. I always get flack for having two phones. Like, I like having two phones. Two phones are sick for me because I have one that's my business phone, and then one that's my main phone. So if my clients need to reach me, you got my business line. If my family need to reach me, you will always reach me on my personal. But if for some reason my personal is off, then you can reach me on my business. It just makes sense. Right, with this clip, I can do the exact same thing because the photos are roughly the same size. So I can just copy the principles from this last one to this one. But to be fair, there is a bit of a difference in sizing. Like this is a bit bigger, but I've got safe margins on, so I can roughly line up the two pictures so they're fairly similar in size. But again, it's a reel. It doesn't really matter as much. The one thing I preach all the time is have good hotkeys, keys that you're just ready, that you know where are. I've got all of my keys on my left hand, so I don't even need to move my left hand. If I want to do something, I want to zoom in, if I want to zoom out. That was the opposite way around. If I want to zoom in, if I want to zoom out, if I want to cut clips, delete clips, you know, separate audio, like just having your own hotkeys really helps massively. Even if you don't use the ones that Prem have, like for example, cut. Like if you just want to cut a clip in Premiere Pro, like the default key is Control K. Hang on, let me just double check. Yeah, Control K. But that means I now need to take my right hand off the mouse, hit Control, hit K. That's 2 clicks. And an action for taking my wrist off of my mouse. When I've just mapped it to Q, does the same thing. I don't need to move my left hand. Q is literally underneath my middle finger. But you know what, this is actually dope. Like I never thought I'd do these kind of videos, and if I'm honest with you, I never thought about it. I literally saw a thumbnail pop up on my homepage of come edit with me, and I thought, you know what, that's genius. Like if OBS can handle it, yeah, why not do come edit with me? So let me know down in the comments if you guys are enjoying this video. I mean, right now I don't know how long I want to have this video. It's already 20-ish minutes, give or take. Well, it says 20 minutes here. I'll probably cut out a couple of bits from the intro and cut some bits down. But if we're coming up to 20 minutes, like, is that long? Does it feel long? Like, is it a bit boring? You know? Let me know, comment section. I want to really start doing this YouTube thing properly. And if I want to really start doing this YouTube, if I really want to start doing this YouTube thing properly, that means I got to get used to doing things that, you know, I'm not used to. Right, so back to the edit. So I am going to select all of the audio clips, and the beautiful thing about Prem is that you can come in and transcribe a section. So I've got in and out points for this, and this is how I'm going to do the captions. Now Alex Hormozi has killed the caption game, and it's like if you don't have captions on your videos, if they're not popping out and stuff like that, you're not on it. So I think every reel should have captions, just so that people, if they're not watching with sound on, they can still watch. Because, you know, you've got the cheeky guys that are in the office that pretending like they're working, but they're scrolling away. Right, where are we? Right, let's have a look. Have a moment with, another moment, that's what I said. Another moment with some good symmetry. So I am not the best speller. I know that for a fact. Even just now, I've had to get my stuff spell checked. But I think for this, I like to go through it and make sure that everything is on point, because sometimes the transcribe might hear something different to what I actually said. So yeah, but they were, no, I said when they were making this place, they knew what they were doing. So right now the captions are at the bottom, but they won't be for very long. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to bring my playhead to the very beginning, extend this clip, highlight all of these, and then just drag them down into, oh, that's over. Yeah, drag them down into this first one. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this track and delete this track because I don't need it anymore. And then on this track beforehand, I originally did some captions for a previous video. So now what I'm going to do is come into my essential graphics. I'm going to change the style and then change it back. So now it's at the style that I'm after. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to push this style across the track. Prem's a bit quirky sometimes when you just bring it down, because I originally had this style of text on this track already. As you saw when I moved it, it changed yellow, but it wasn't in all caps. So this one would have been in all caps, but the next one, like this word, wouldn't have been in all caps. And you know, sometimes Prem has a bit of a headache trying to do it, but what I've found the workaround is just go into your styles. If you've already made a style, go into another style and then just bring it back to there, and then like push it to the whole track, and now every single one will have it. So now I'm going to go through and maybe move some of this down. Maybe move some of this down and move some of this up. So you can kind of, actually, what I'll do with this one, I'll just bring it up here, bring it to the top zone, and then bring it down a little bit so it's still within safe. So at least you can see a lot of the photo, which I don't think I did. Oh, actually, you know what? No. When it comes to these, if it's in the photo, if the photo is being shown, I'm not going to have text. If he can get more in the middle, we're in. Cool. And that is really not bad. Again, the picture's being shown, so I'm not going to do any captions. I'm going to take out the hang on. And then what I'm going to do, it's still connected. No, it's not. Let me reconnect these. So now clip, yep, cool. I'm gonna shorten this. So at least when I say the next thing, the captions will be there as well. So for anybody, you know, I'll change this as well. So for anybody who thinks they want to come to get some good walking shoes, you're gonna be walking, lads. Cool. And then what I'll do, we'll come into effect controls. If you don't want to be a puss, there we go. Come into effect controls and just increase the scale a little bit. Sometimes I'd rather the words be big so people can read them. So I try and push as far as the boundary will go, or boundary will allow me before it changes. Like for example, it moves your from the top line to the middle line. I don't really like when it's 3 stacked. I'll either go for 2 or I'll go for 1. But sometimes 1 just looks a bit too small, especially if there's like a lot of words in it. So if you can push as far as you can go, then that gives you some nice text. Like walking shoes, it's small, it's in 1 row. So let me see if I can push it to try and make it just that touch bigger. It's like there, boom. And then when we add the animation to it later, it's gonna make it pop just that little bit more, I think. With these ones that are already on 2 lines, doesn't really matter. Like Venice, 2 Venice just looks small. But now, put it there, wash. Looks a lot better. Now I can't actually color grade on this particular clip, so I might need to come into OBS and see if I can add another scene. So 2 sources, display capture. Yeah, building right now. Yes. Whoa. Cool. Hopefully it's just switching between the 2, because if it is, fantastic. I don't actually use OBS. Like apart from this year, I've never used it. I've always used like QuickTime to record my screen, but OBS, at least I get the whole screen, which is a bit different. Rotted. Why is this so thin? What's going on here? My hair needs to grow, man. Right. I think we're getting close to 30 minutes now. Anyway, yeah, and what I'm gonna do when I color grade, I'm gonna bring it down into this scene. But for now, let's finish up here. So we come into here, and we are looking at all of the text. Actually, no. What I need to do is finish the text. Finish the text. Boom. Boom. So I actually filmed this video all on a GoPro. Like I had a GoPro and a chest mount, and I don't think I did it well. So for example, like the GoPro would show a lot of my hands or the camera body rather than the camera screen or what's in front of me. And to be fair, it just means that I didn't really do a great job with it, if that makes sense. I'm gonna put this back to 0, and I might just split this. Another moment, could be 1. See? Cue, cut, quick. Another moment. Oh, plus, it also said the wrong thing. Another moment with some good symmetry. Another moment with some good symmetry. And then let's just bring it down so when it comes up, it's not there. Brilliant. All right, I think I think for the most part the captions are done. So then what we do, highlight all the captions, upgrade to graphics, and then let's just bring it down so I'm not having to look a billion tracks up to try and find these. But see now, this one's a bit diddy, so what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna come in and just fix this. But to be fair, I could do that, which is probably why I'm gonna do, because it's just 2 words. With some good symmetry, I'm gonna do the same thing, see if I can just make that just that touch bigger. How far will it let me? With some good, yeah, why not? Boom, with some good symmetry. Right, so right now I've got an arrow there, and it doesn't look great because the words are on it. So the kind of point I was trying to make gets a bit distracted. So what I'm going to do, and the reason why I haven't moved it yet, is because I want to add the animations to the text first, and then I'll move the whole text layer up, so it's not in the way of that arrow. So first things first, go to text presets. So I've got this one called Quick Pop In, and it's just a transform where it just starts. It starts low, quite small, and then just comes up. And it's pretty straightforward. But I think there we go. Boom. So it should come up. It should bounce up from the middle. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to copy this, go back to the timeline, and paste. Boom. And then now that these two are popping up, now all I'm going to do is just grab this, go to motion, and go a bit forward so you don't see the fire. And then I might bring it up actually to about there, just so I've got it. Actually, no, I don't need to. I can just 667. Yeah, so, and I'll do the same thing for this. Y-axis 667. Boom. And the same thing for this one. 667. Boom. We're in. Yeah, new clip, doesn't really matter. Boom. So there we go, fairly straightforward. So that's majority of this this reel done. I think the only thing that I'm going to add to it is this YouTube logo animation. Find some really good assets on the internet when you just look for them, and I found this green screen one that I made transparent. It's just sick. No, spotlight. Boom. Change the speed back to 100. I'll just bring it down. Why not? The only reason why I don't bring the photos below this color layer is that this color layer is actually an adjustment layer. I've just renamed it color, and anything below that obviously gets affected. So if you have a look at the color itself, want to toggle it off, toggle it back on. Boom, boom. But the weird thing about GoPro footage is if you don't shoot in flat, it is a bit it tends to overexpose a fair bit. Oh wait, hang on. Go change scenes. Scene change. Right, hopefully you guys can see this. Let me just bring OBS over here. Let me see if I can see this. Oh, hang on. That's not correct. Show cursor, crop to window. lie, I don't even know what happened here. To window, manual. Yeah, but I don't want to crop anything. It just doesn't look right. Oh, where the hell's the rest of it? I ain't got a Scooby-Doo. What's going on here? Oh, these two are here, they're all about. Alright, boom. Boom. Scale. But you don't want to scale proportionally. You know what? I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Bushkins. Remind me loud. Bushkins. Right. You should be able to see everything now. Hopefully. Lord knows. Oh, we've been going for 36 minutes. Cool. 36 minutes. I've done one reel. Fantastic. Yeah. Cool. So that's all of that done, and I just want to. I brought it down here because I can't color on this top display. This top display is a bit too inaccurate with color, but this piece here is just that touch overexposed. And again, quick keys. Like I'm now in my Lumetri color. Easy. I'm just pressing two buttons. You know what I want to do? I want to add a drop shadow to this. How mad would that look? Drop shadow. Go back here. Go back to here. Drop shadow. That's Alt key. A bit distance. Drop shadow is so clever. Softness, and then let's make it just a touch darker. All right, there we go. Cool, and I'll add just that. Just a couple seconds afterwards. So 17, and we'll go to 21. So it's 21 second reel, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to add this paper background. Just double it up so we can fit both. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to have a subscribe animation, and I've already used one, so I need to figure out where that is. Where is subscribe? Subscribe. Subscribe with sound? What's this one? Yeah, this is the one I'm after. Okay, well, I think I might make it as long as this then. Boom, and then we just add one more. Bushkins. With paper backgrounds, it doesn't really matter if they overlap each other or if they're not perfect, because at the end of the day, it's just moving paper frame by frame. Cool. And you know, I'm just gonna make that just a touch bit quiet. Subscribe. I'm gonna put it there. Then I'm going to grab the thumbnail. And I changed the thumbnail a good couple times actually. I think this one's the one I'm gonna stick with for a little bit. Just to just to test the waters. But to be fair, I haven't been posting enough on the channel. That's the main thing. Channel hasn't grown because I haven't been posting. It's as simple as that. Right. If you've always got just a static image that's not doing anything, add a drop shadow. Just makes it just that little bit better. How's that look? Yep. Subscribe, and then add some text. New video. Live on YouTube. Cool. Control A. Back to Essential Graphics. Pop it in the middle. Align it. It's already got drop shadow on it, so I don't need to worry about it. Cool. Boom. And you know what? I've been adding this zoom in on all of my reels just to make them a bit more punchy in the beginning. So when it comes in, oh, hang on, I've got to render it first. Right, boom. Yeah, boom. So it comes in, and then to sell the effect, just add a quick little, a quick little whoosh. Yeah, easy. The most useful key if you've got a laptop is this little one. If you're on a Mac, that is this little key. I have no idea what the actual symbols are because it's like a comma, but it's not a comma. It's like a backwards comma, but it might be the little dash that you put on top of letters for, you know, like accented letters in different languages. I ain't got Scooby-Doo, mate, but it's next to Z and then next to the shift key, and it just increases the size. It just increases the size of whatever panel the cursor is over. So if it's over the preview window, if it's over the source window, like I can just make it bigger, make it smaller. And for a laptop, especially if you're working, especially if you're like me, my workflow, I like to have 10 layers up, 10 layers down. You know, sometimes things might get lost on a timeline, or if you need to copy and paste something, like you want to copy the whole thing and then paste it, you might miss stuff. So at least with this, I can just come in, boom, got everything. Whereas if it's like here, I got to scroll all the way up, then copy everything, then scroll all the way down to make sure I got all of that. And really and truly, I can just press one button. See, I'm a very lazy editor because I try and make things as quick as they can be or as simple as they can be. I'd love to learn, you know, all the proper ways to do things, but if I learned the proper ways, it'd take me too long. Like for example, the cut, it's 2 buttons. Why not just make it 1 button? Anyway, I digress. Just one last little look through. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to extend this, but I'm going to go into effect controls. I'm going to take the transform from this and put this on the thumbnail and the layers, because subscribe already has that bouncy animation. But then what I'm going to do, because it's already because these aren't aligned, they kind of bounce in from weird places, and I want them to bounce in the middle. So new video live, so if I go here, boom, boom, now that should fix that. So it should just bounce in from the middle, yep, which it does. And then come into motion, come all the way up, and now it should just bounce where it is. And now the photo is kind of bouncing from like over here, and I don't particularly like that. So let's see if we can change that. Alright, so we've aligned that. The starting animation is here. So I'm not changing the angle. Yeah, to be fair, I could change the anchor point. So when it bounces. Nope. This is where I could be exposing myself here. See, I could be a fraud. I could be being a fraud here. You know, I'm just gonna redo the transform just because it's easier. Because I made that for text. So fairly straightforward. Position scale keyframes. Go 1, 2, 3. Position and scale keyframes, boom, 1, 2, 3. Position and scale keyframes, and then the middle one we go 10 to 15 above, and then this one we just pick a low number like 30, so it's small when it starts, and then add a quick piece of motion blur. Might be a bit too much. Yeah, that should be fine. This thumbnail's being a bit of a puss, and I think it's because of the size. All right, I'm gonna do controls. Control. Actually, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna nest it. Sounds bad, but makes a bit of a difference. What the fuck's it? Nest, boom, and then come in, boom. Yeah, see. Sometimes it's just needed. Yeah, and you know, I'll actually end it where it goes ding, 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 ding. It's just come to my realization. I don't think you guys can hear the audio from this because I don't think. Hang on, OBS, audio mixer. Nah, you can hear my voice, but you can hear my voice because my mic's on. You can hear my voice because this has a mic on it, and you can hear my voice because this is also taking audio. But I don't think you can hear that. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna render this, but so you guys can hear it afterwards. Yeah, those bells. One of the things that I teach a lot of people is something I've learned from another YouTuber, and I'm not going to take any credit for this because it's not my discovery or anything like that. Like studio reverb, but studio reverb to end music, especially if it sounds like it could end, and it's something that I'm going to teach in the next video. Like, spoiler alert, if you watch this far, you're going to be able to see that. But it's such a game changer. Like, I use it for basically all of my videos. Like, it ends sections really nicely. So for example, actually, let me show you. Pardon me. So, right, these are offline. Hang on. Let me just re-enable these so we can see these. Live. Boom. Yeah, boom. Connecting to dynamic link server. Oh, something did do a little buzz. That might be my phone. Oh yeah, it was. yeah, just connecting with people from the shoot I was at earlier is like, it's so crazy because the way I got into videography was just by knowing the right people. I've networked my way into the position I'm at now. Now, don't get me wrong, I know what I'm doing. Like I know a lot more than some, I know a lot less than others, but I know enough to sell this as a service to people. And not only that, I can do this for fun, for me, for YouTube, for this. And today was a good indication that for me, I feel like I belong in this space. And for the longest time, I didn't feel like that. So it's nice that I can just, you know, do that and feel like I belong. But yeah. Saying all of that, I didn't actually do the studio reverb trick in this intro. I'm just looking now because my studio reverb I normally put on tracks, audio tracks 9 and 10, and I've got a falcon sound. Is it a falcon? Or an eagle sound, and a whoosh on those tracks, and that makes no sense. But what I'm gonna do to demonstrate it, just for you guys that are watching, you know, almost an hour in, is I'm gonna show you guys what it's like without it. So if I take my headphones out, you should be able to hear it. So that's where I want it to end. Ding, 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 ding. So what I've done is I've just cut that bit where the bells are. So when it's off the studio reverb track, it's just this. Yeah, what you just heard. But now when you add the studio reverb, kind of, hang on, let me, all that build up for me to say kind of. Yeah, kind of. It sounds like it ends, but I think in my head I kind of hear it go ding 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 ding. That was a horrible impression of bells, but and that's like, it's like when you, oh hang on, it's like when you add a tack to something, like musically, where you can get like a ton. Is it a tack or is it decay? I don't know. Let's see if we can do it. Decay / echo. Oh no, that says delay. Hang about. Kind of. It's kind of doing it, but not in the way that I'm after. So let's just play about with some settings. Let's see if we can make this happen. No, it's not doing what I want it to do. Maybe a preset will help. Kind of, hang on. Something in here has done what I wanted it to. I think Premie's bugging out because the effect's just not working. Go back to here, go back to Kenya thing. I mean, that's not terrible. That actually sounds sick. Yeah, that's not terrible. And to be fair, I'm probably gonna leave it at that. Cool. Close that. Cool, and then copy all of those, press question mark, that highlights everything, and then because I want it to end on here, I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then click out. Because the out point never lands on the playhead, it always lands a frame over. So, because I want all of this to still be on frame, I'm gonna need to thing. But speaking of which, I also need to add a frame in the beginning, which I think this is. Is this a frame in the beginning? Yes, it is. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna grab these two, come back here, paste, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that, which was the photo, I think, no it wasn't, I'm gonna take this, which is the photo, because I've recently realized Instagram, as amazing as it is, trying to pick a frame from Instagram is long for a reel. Like you'll be searching, and then the thing will freeze, and then you're like, oh man, I just want to get that one thing. So what I'm gonna do now is just trash this off, put my endpoint in here. See, endpoint goes straight to the flipping playhead. Cool, and then what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna increase this, increase the scale, but take the transform off. Yeah, so the scale's there. And I had the words at the bottom, so last time, so I don't know, maybe I should have the words at the top. And to be fair, you can see the thing a bit better. Yeah, I might do that. Right, but I might put them a bit further down so it's in the safe bit. Cool. And then we go Control E. Offline material, yeah, I know. Then we go into here. Go to here, and then reel, and then 2. Render, and boom. And because it's quite short, it's not really gonna take too long to render. But what I'm very surprised with is the fact that this can render whilst OBS is still going. That means I should be able to stream. But the question is, do I start streaming? It's more content, but then it means I can post these videos from that video, but who knows. Right, and the final video that I made during this, it took me about, I don't know, 45 minutes to an hour. I was chatting and doing some other bits. It should only take you about half an hour to do this. because it's just taking an extract from this and boom, I think some more focused editing, you know, without worrying about edits and this and that. I have no idea how long it's been since the camera decided it wants to turn off, but like I said, A7 III, it has a 30 minute gap, 30-minute window. But anyway, to be fair, it's fairly a good thing. So yeah. Oh, and I'm running out of memory. I'm running out of memory. That's fantastic. Are we good? Are you okay now? Okay. That whole thing about it being okay, I think it literally just shot itself when I exported. But to be fair, it does take up a lot of memory to export, so it's understandable. But yeah, here is that video that I just made. Another moment with some good symmetry. When they were making this place, they knew what they were doing. If he can get more in the middle, we're in. That is really not bad. So for anybody who thinks that they want to come to Venice, do yourself a favor and get some good walking shoes, because you're gonna be walking, lads. So guys, there we have it. That is a come edit with me. I hope you guys enjoyed. For those of you who stuck around, you guys know what the video is next. What I'm going to be recording as of tomorrow, funnily enough, I'm going to be recording this video, or that video. So let me know if you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comment section below. I actually really enjoyed this. I felt like I was just talking to someone as I'm editing, and you know, it's a bit of a change because I never really talk to anybody when I'm editing. I'm just normally just in the edit. But you know, it was actually really nice. So if you guys enjoyed this, if you feel like you want to see more of these, where I go through, instead of doing a reel, I'll actually do a full YouTube video, let me know down in the comment section below. And you know, make sure you subscribe. This is definitely not the last video to come out. I am really pushing for YouTube now. So you know, there's a lot of good things on the horizon, but that's enough waffling. As always, I appreciate your time, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.